Hi, welcome to What's Happening for the Early Childhood Edition. My name is Karen Belbier, and today I'm going to share an app with you called Magnetic ABC. It's an app that we're using in our district that is free, but this year we're going to be adding on the $1.99 feature, and I'll share it with you right now on how it can be used in the classroom. So I'm going to take you over to my iPad, and I'm going to point it out. This is the app that we're using because there's lots of ABC apps out there, and initially when you open it up, you might think, well, no big deal, right? There are letters, yay, and how is this a great, innovative app for the classroom? Well, really, apps that are creation apps are all going to depend on the creativity of the lesson in the classroom. So it depends on what lesson the teacher is teaching and what the students are learning and how they use this app to display their learning. And so in a center, a teacher could work with 4 students. They could have their iPads and she could work with letter identification. She could work with letter sounds and say the letter sound and have them pull the letter up out of the roll here on the iPad. And so I want to show you a couple other little features in this app that are really cool and then share a few ideas with you. And so basically you'll see there's lots of different letters and most people would begin using them for maybe some word work. We'll start with at, and maybe we'll want to build some words that have at in it, like bat. Okay, so we've got our different colors, that's great, but what if I want to use my CVC word and I want my vowels one color and my consonants another? Well, I could say I want the consonants to be blue and I want the vowels to be red. So you see how I'm tapping through? You can change the color and get the exact color that you want. So you can be specific. I don't need a B, I need a T, a blue T. There we go, to build your words, right? So I'm going to go ahead and pull this down. Teachers are also using this app with their spelling words for students to build the words on their sight word list and their spelling word list. If you look here back at the iPad, we can scroll through. With the free version, you only get uppercase letters. This proves to be a problem in our classes because our teachers really wanted lowercase letters so that when students are building their names, of course, they can have their capital letters and lowercase letters as well. The other reason that we're going to be using this version here in our school district in EPISD is because we've also found that we have accents, if needed, and apostrophes in working with our dual language students. And so those are some features there that are definitely going to help us out. And so you can use this with word work. I also want to point out that even though it's magnetic ABC, it does come with numbers. And so I want to share with you that you can also use it when working with math and counting. And so if we're going to work on maybe something like 3 plus 1, students can use the little manipulatives here to build. So I'll just build with the period here. I've got 1, oops, I moved my 3, let's try that again, 2 and 3, so I can show 3, and I can also show 4 and count them. This would be 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you can also use it along while you're working in math in the classroom. So some pretty neat little features. I want to point out, though, some things that you have access to and control over as a parent or as a teacher. If you look over here at the plus sign, you'll see that you have some settings, right? The expansions are great if you want to add some extras, but in our settings, this is where if you're working with students that are a little bit older than kinder, maybe our first and second graders, you can make the magnetic size smaller, right? So that way if they're working with, let me go ahead and click the X here, if they're working with building sentences, it's going to be a little bit easier for them to build full sentences in here because the magnet size is smaller, okay? And in the settings, you'll also see that you can turn off specific colors if needed. And then you also have the availability to save an image. So when students are working on creating words, or if the lesson happens to be that we want them to build their spelling words, right? We'll just pretend that bat is a spelling word. When they're finished, I might want them to also record their name on their piece of paper, their digital paper, and then I might want them to save it so as a teacher I can go back and see what was completed, maybe in an independent center. Of course, if I was working with them, it'd be a little different, but in an independent center, I might want this work to be saved. So I can teach them how to go ahead and utilize that save image for a project, or what's much easier for kindergartners is just to press this home button right here where my thumb is, and the power button right here at the same time, and it'll take a screen capture of that image. So I'm going to take you to my photos so you can see where those pictures were saved. All right, here we go, photos. Lots of pictures in here. Turkeys. Here we go. So I have the screen capture that I took, right? Home button and power button. And then I also have the one in which I went to the settings that clears everything off if we want to use this to app smash in another project. So I hope you enjoyed the Magnetic ABC app. We, of course, are not encouraging teachers to throw away their real magnetic apps. Students love and enjoy working with those hands-on, but this is just another way that we can utilize magnetic ABCs on the iPad, and the advantage would be there's maybe some less cleanup, right? I have as many letter A's and as many letter E's as possibly needed, and of course I can adjust the size. And so there are some perks to using your iPad, and we're going to be utilizing them in the classroom for some of our centers and some of our word work this year in the classroom. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about magnetic ABC in the classroom.